Hi everybody, sending you blessings and love. I want to talk today about transforming work into play. And I think this is super important right now at this point in time because so many of us are stepping into our talents, stepping into our gifts, stepping into our full capacities. And we do not want to bring the old paradigm of how we're supposed to be engaging in our life's work from the past into the future. So the old paradigm and the way that we've been used to thinking of it is that we have to hustle, that we have to work hard, that we have to do things we don't want to do. There's so many shoulds. A lot of it's around just making money. I should do this in order to make money, or in order to have a title, or in order to. So these are all reasons why we do the things that we want to do, or reasons why we do the things that we think we should do. So old paradigm. New paradigm and new way of thinking about business, new way of thinking about engaging in your life's work. And you really want to embody this now, especially for those of you who are at the very beginning of your work, but you can really do it at any time to transform where you're at with your current business or your life's work. So the new paradigm is thinking about what are you aligned with? So when I say aligned, what I mean is we have a higher self. I don't care what you want to call it. Higher self, source, inner being, guidance, God, whatever you want to call that energy, that is a larger part of who we are, that we are still a part of, that we have a relationship with. So when your higher self, think of that as the highest expression of who you could be in this lifetime. When your higher self thinks about something, it carries a certain perspective that carries a certain vibration. When you think about that same thing, you also carry a certain perspective, which also carries a certain vibration. So if you're thinking about things in a way that's vastly different from the way that Source is thinking about things, for example, just the idea of having to work really hard. Things have to be hard, just that perspective in and of itself is such a variance from what your higher self thinks about that same doing work, right? So it doesn't think about work. It thinks about play. It thinks about expression. It thinks about actions as a natural pouring forth of your gifts, talents, capacities, and a natural self-expression. So when you think something that's vastly different from how Source views you and views your work or your play, you experience a negative emotion depending on how far away that perspective is from the perspective of Source. So we always have guidance, and we're always being guided through our emotions. Our emotions will tell us what the frequency differential is. If it feels really heavy, then that means that we're not embodying the highest expression of who we are. If it feels really light, if it feels great, if it feels like a full expression and we're in our full power and we feel free, then we are aligned with what higher self is thinking about it. So when you're making decisions every day about what to do in your work, in your life's work, in your greatest expression of who you truly are, and that can mean one particular job, it can mean your company, it can mean all of the ways that you express yourself and you embody your passions and support other people in that. It doesn't need to be a specific, I'm a coach. It could be, I'm a dancer, and in my dancing, I inspire others to tap into the movement that allows them to feel free and feel their power. So whatever it is that you're doing, when you tune into your guidance, when you tune into your emotions are telling you all the time which way to go and which way to head. And a lot of times we don't listen to those because we have a lot of shoulds and a lot of things going on around that. So one of the things that you can do to identify where that's happening is you can look at every time you make a decision. So every time you look to make your schedule or make a decision about what you want to do in your business, what is driving that decision? Is that coming from, I should do this because I will get that? I should do this because I'll get money. I should do this because this will bring me clients. Instead of thinking about it like, this is the thing that creates the most joy for me, and so I'm going to do this. So wherever you're making a decision that's not in alignment, that's not something that you feel inspired about, that you feel passionate about, that you feel driven by, you're gonna have this should behind it. So look at that should, identify that should, and reframe that as much as you possibly can. And I've done a lot of different videos on reframing. Some of them are here, some of them are in the Facebook group. There's 2 videos in particular, one with Amanda Joy and then one with Alea Aquarian. Those 2 videos, I actually do direct reframing work, and this is the work I do with my one-on-one clients as well. But you can get an idea of how this works by watching those videos. This is a technique that I learned from Nick Bro, my mentor and coach. It's the most effective method that I've seen to change thoughts, which then create your reality, because ultimately it's your thoughts that create your reality. So if you're not looking to change your thoughts, then you're not going to experience a change in your external reality. So look at the beliefs, look at the thoughts that you have around having to decide to do certain things because you should. And look at what's behind those and see if you can't move those into better feeling places. Some of the things that you could be thinking around your schedule and where you spend your time is, the more I feel cared for and loved and honored, the more clients come to me. And this is really true. If you do start lining up with your passion and with your joy, and Bashar talks about this all of the time, those of you that listen to Bashar, you will notice that all of the things that you want start coming towards you simply by your raising your vibration. So you can think about it like every time you choose an option that feels better to you, you're moving yourself up this vibratory, let's even call it a staircase. So as you move yourself up this vibratory staircase, at each stair, you have access to a whole new array of options, choices, opportunities, clients, partnerships, money, abundance, all sorts of things. So every time you can reframe one of the things that's stopping you from moving towards what you really want, you're going to be in a much better place. We're going to be talking about this on day 1 of the Abundant King Queen activation, which is all about honoring yourself with a capital S. So I'll put the link down below. DM me if you want more information on that. And I hope to see you guys there, and I hope this video is helpful for you.